Okay, so in this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and it's just because I couldn't find a lot of information about some of these things on the internet. Um, Also, I'm getting over being sick, so my voice is a little froggy. But um, I am going to Europe um, in the coming year, and I wanted some really good shoes to wear, like while I was, walking across cobblestones and just doing tons and tons of walking every day. So for years now, I've been wearing Suavs Zilkers, and they're like digitally knit. They're just super comfortable and flexible. But I knew that they wouldn't give enough support uh, walking around on like cobblestones because they're very thin. They're like good if you kind of hate wearing shoes and you just like being barefoot because you can wear these and it barely feels like you're wearing shoes at all. So I ordered 3 other kinds of shoes. So I ordered the Allbirds Wool. I think these are the Wool Runners. I ordered the new Suavs. They have like a new one with a digital knit top, but a little like kind of harder, stiffer bottom. The 247s, I think. And then Atoms, Atoms, which is kind of like a smaller company than Allbirds, but they're kind of competing with them. So there's all this like technical data that you can go in terms of like to their website, like which one weighs the most and which one weighs the least. I just wanted to talk a little bit about how they feel. So first of all, in terms of kind of their thickness, the Wool Runner, which you can see actually, I mean, I do like the wool. I find that I put these on cold days because it is fall now. But I do have a dog with long hair and it does definitely stick to the wool. So just know that's another thing that you're going to have to clean off if you have a dog or a cat with long hair. But I just want to kind of show you the chunkiness and the thickness. So that's the Wool Runners. And then here are the Atoms, which are actually a much, much lighter kind of shoe feeling. But they're still kind of puffy here, which is really comfortable. But they give an overall kind of chunkier appearance than the third option, which is the Suavs, the new ones, the 247, which I think just came out like last week or something. So how am I finding this? Well, I would say actually the Wool Runners have a lot of kind of bend and flex in them. I wore these one day when I had to drop off my car and I just kind of walked around the neighborhood and I kind of made a point to walk over some like rocky areas and whatever. And they did okay, but I could like kind of feel through the bottom, like some of the rocks and stuff, but not so bad. Not like definitely not as bad as if I'd been wearing the Zilkers. And I do find that I'm like grabbing these to like walk the dog when it is kind of colder out and stuff. I think that they would be too warm for going to Europe next year, so I think I would want to maybe get, if I decide to use these, the like tree version or whatever, that kind of lighter material. These like somehow feel lighter and feel really good, and they're actually stiffer. And I think that this bottom would be like the most kind of comfortable for walking around in Europe. So I think I'm actually going to take the Atoms. And again, I know there's not a lot of YouTube videos or anything. They have these like elastic, what are these called? Shoelaces. I'm sorry, I am getting over being sick and still my brain's not working quite right yet. And so they feel lighter than the Wool Runners, yet they are stiffer and give a little bit more support. And this cushy, like I don't love how much it puffs out when I'm wearing it, but that is a very common like look these days. And they just feel light on top and they're very like breathable. And what I thought I was going to love the most is the 274 because I love these so much. So wouldn't I love this with like a stiffer sole And I do actually like that it's a gum sole instead of the white sole. So those are all pluses. And I wanted to love these so bad. And they may work for you. But for some reason, I think there's kind of some cushioning here in the back at the bottom. And I think they did that to make it like a little bit more substantial, which the Zilkers like don't have that at all. Sorry, these are very old, so they're gross inside. And so I understand why they put it in, and it may work for some people. But for me, my heel slipped a lot. It's like very kind of slippery back here, and just something about it, like this heel cup didn't fit my heel, but I probably have a little bit more of a narrow heel. However, I will say that my heel does not slip in either the Adams or the Allbirds. So yeah, I thought these were going to be perfect because they're the digital knit top, so you get that kind of no shoe feeling. It is a thicker digital knit. It's like kind of lined as opposed to maybe the Zilkers. And I thought these were going to be perfect. They are actually a little bit more flexible than, say, the Adams. But I am returning them because my heel slips, and I can't, walk for 10 miles a day with my heel slipping out. But if my heel didn't slip, these may be, I would definitely recommend them. Maybe not for like going over cobblestones as much, though they could be fine. But they're kind of the least puffy looking, and I think they look the nicest on. So that's basically kind of looking at all of these different ones. I would, if I were you, check out this Adams brand. And all of these, I would say, they all cost around like 100 something, 100, 120. Two tricks, you can always just like go online and search for like, Adams coupon or Allbirds coupon or whatever. But the other thing is if you go on Instagram and you go to like hashtag Adams shoes or hashtag Allbirds or whatever, and then click on recent, so that you're looking at the most recent feed. Sometimes there's like people sharing coupon codes and stuff. So read the comments in the post containing these shoes, because again, there's a lot of either they're influencers or everyday people just trying to get like the referral code or whatever. But you can usually get like around 10 or 15% off. So I highly recommend that. And most of these, I think you can use, I know for the Adams and the Allbirds, you can actually wear them for 30 days and still return them if you want to. I'm not sure about the Suave 247s or 247s. Did I say 27.4 before? Anyway, 247s. I'd have to double check on that. And again, you can like go and look and see like online about like what they're made of and all that kind of stuff, but they're all pretty like sustainable and stuff. I'm just showing you this so you can see how thick this area is and the difference between the three. So, there's not a lot out there. Oops. I hope this has helped. And if you have any questions, just let me know.